All right, peace and blessings, family. I'm here live and direct with you guys from the airport out in Minneapolis. So we're gonna be here, and I'm gonna be covering, going more in depth with the denial of credit. A lot of you guys have been denied, credit. So a lot of you guys have given back feedback in regards to this information as well too. So I'm gonna give you guys some more insight. I'm gonna break down the term adverse action even more. I'm gonna actually go over just specifically alone today, just the term adverse action, and I'm gonna be on this stream with you guys here while I'm getting some work done. So I'm really gonna let this stream play out for the next hour or two, allow people to come in here and stream. I would love for this to be a great Q&A as well too for a lot of you guys that have been denied credit. But here in the next like 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to cover the actual term adverse action, and I'm going to break it down to you guys and show you guys how one cannot be denied their God-given right. I'm going to show you guys how to properly assert yourself to where if you guys have been denied credit, I'm going to show you guys how you guys can use just the terminology alone itself and talking definitions alone, in which are going to help you guys get what you guys are seeking, and help you guys get remedy as well too. Like you don't need to be exercising a million different codes. That's what I want everybody to understand. You don't. If you understand the definitions alone, you guys can get anything removed from your guys' report. So today specifically, we're here at the airport with our non-citizen national passport. If you guys don't have your non-citizen national passport, I highly do advise that you guys do get this set up. Also, just changing your name within the system. If you come here and look at mine, let me cover up all my information. I ain't even gonna show y'all, but it's Antonio hyphen my middle name, then full colon. I'm gonna show you guys my right here, this part. Right, so full colon, first name, hyphen, middle name, Nicolas, full colon, last name, or the family of Cuevas, period, because it's the fact that this is my name. All rights reserved without prejudice. UCC 1-308. All right, so this is just my passport booklet. Y'all do need the card as well, too. 222 on the live stream as I look up. Y'all do need as well, too, the card to travel. I don't have a driver's license. I travel with my passport card. All right, so this is my booklet that as I'm traveling abroad, different countries. You guys know I was in Canada. I'm actually in Minneapolis right now, so I'm going to be out here for a layover for the next couple hours. So I wanted to come on here and go live with you guys. I'm going to show you guys how, with the definition alone of adverse action, you guys can get, that account opened up, because nowhere in the term adverse action do they talk about you being denied credit just as a whole. So I'm going to show you guys how to, put these corporations in place and how they're denying you for something where the term itself doesn't even talk about a denial of credit. I'm going to truly break down the definition of adverse action to you guys so y'all know what it truly means, to take proper adverse action. Drop a 3 if y'all ready. Drop a 3 if you guys are ready. So what would y'all like first? Would y'all like to do a little Q&A first? Would y'all want me to just go into the information, go over this training real quick, and then do questions after? Like I said, family, I'm specifically going to be just going over the definition section, and that's a good enough training for this whole live that's going to be able to get you guys results, testimonies, and everything leaving this call. In the Billionaires Club today, like right now, as I'm here in the airport, I'm going to be putting together the rest of the content. So I've got a lot already that I've put together for you guys. So I'm going to put it together literally right now, for the YouTube so that you guys can have that info, then questions after. Okay, let's run it then. Who's ready? So I'm going to take you guys, I want you all to pull it up right in front of you to Title 15, USC 1681. Look at my guy grubbing in the back. Grubbing. Right here by the sub place. Bro is grubbing. Look. Let me leave him alone. All right, family. I'll make myself laugh. I'll go over the information because my guy Christian wants to go over it, and then we'll do some questions afterwards. Let's take some time as well too. Let me know. Y'all like this view or y'all want the sun hitting my face to where y'all can see the back of me? My intention was that I'm here in the airport and y'all would be able to see like the planes and shit in the back, which y'all can because it's too bright. So I'm probably gonna go over there by the window and then get into this training. What y'all think though? Any water y'all get, if it's not distilled water, make sure it's spring water. I do not know what that means, Crystal. ICTCU. I do not know what that means. All right, family, let's get it. So I want y'all to pull up 15 USC 1681A. That's the definition section of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Title 15 USC 1681A. When you guys are there, drop definitions in the chat box. Drop definitions so I know y'all are there with me, at the definition section of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And this is dealing, in terms with all of credit. Right away in congressional findings, we were, put on notice that the banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. So in simple terms, the banking system is dependent upon our credit, is dependent upon my credit, your credit, right? So that's what congressional findings is telling us. Now let's go here to the term adverse action. So if y'all can follow me to letter K, just scroll down into letter K. And I jotted down some notes for you guys. So I really wanted to come here, be direct and straight to the point. I've noticed a couple times in my trainings, I've gone off topic. I want to come here and give you guys information, and then we could do, a Q&A afterwards. And I'll just be here and give you guys a lot of extra game outside of the denial of credit. Y'all know the scope of prohibition, in the equal credit opportunity. We've broken down multiple times on lives if you guys have been denied, and how they've discriminated against you guys for denying you your guys' right. But today specifically, I'm going to show you guys why it is discrimination, and why they're not able to deny you guys, and why most people in which are being denied are quote unquote minorities, but the indigenous people of the land. So let's get right into it. And what they classify as quote unquote black people, or what they classify as Latinos or Hispanics. These are all or natives. These are all classifications to keep you a subject of the corporation. We are not any of these. The term native is a fictitious, narrative itself. We're not native. Out there in Canada where I was at, there's so many indigenous people. There's so many Indians there on that land, and a lot of people in America will call them natives. I specifically asked them, I was like, do you guys like being called native? Are you guys natives, or what do you guys go by, here? I said indigenous. Looked at me like I was crazy, honestly. I was like, no, 100%, like I'm with you. I'm with you. It's just in America, a lot of people are just brainwashed into thinking that it's native, right? And it's far from that, right? The term native is the subject, of the crown itself. The term black is a classification of a group of people that just come from Africa. There's no origins of anybody that's black. Look at the SF 181 form. This is identity, or let me look it up. Identity and race form. SF. SF 181 form. It's the ethnicity and the race identification form. So right away, family, it's a little bit off topic, but if you guys have your classification, this is why a lot of times you guys are getting denied as well too. If you notice how in question 1, the Hispanics and Latinos are separate from the rest of the racial categories, so they're already labeling themselves as separate from the rest of the categories, and the rest of the people, the actual natural people. This right here, if you label yourself as Hispanic or Latino, you're already labeling yourself, and the system is dead. This is why they're going to harass you, abuse you, cops pull you over, they run your information, on your information, on your license, you put you were Hispanic, you're going to get, executed, and ain't nothing going to happen to you because you're already dead in their system, and you don't have a, origin of people that, or a nation, behind you that will protect you guys, versus when do you ever hear of a Nigerian national getting killed? When do you ever hear of a Seminole Indian or a Pueblo Indian getting offed by one of these, these policemen. It will never happen. And that's because, family, we got to understand that the classifications of these individuals, they have a whole nation behind them, that they're not going to fuck with these people because they understand that they got a whole nation behind them. Versus if you label yourself as black in the system, let's see what a black person is. The definition of it: a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. You know how many, racial groups are within all throughout the Africas? It's like saying a racial group of, people all throughout the Americas. A fair skin, brown skin racial group of, the people of the Americas, of the peoples of America. There's hundreds of tribes, thousands of tribes. There's thousands of languages all throughout North America. Tens of thousands throughout Mexico, all throughout Canada, all throughout the USA, all throughout Hawaii. There's many languages throughout Hawaii. I think we got to understand our true classification as an American Indian. That's why it's vital to truly tap into your guys' origins, tap into your guys' lineage. The past year and a half, I've truly taken time to just get in tune with self, get in tune with my ancestors and the presence of them. And since I have, it's truly taken everything to a whole nother level. I promise you guys, just the peace of mind I've had, the things I've attracted, the people I've attracted. It's been beautiful to truly just walk in my purpose and to feel the presence of my ancestors and to allow them to, live and walk. Yo, people are funny as fuck at the airport. Bro got a whole piss stain on his zipper, just walking around wearing gray pants, gray shorts. Like, bro, that shit is clear as day. You're a dark shadow. I look like an unlocked character, huh? I'm gonna move spots. Give me a second. We're gonna move. I need to give y'all some. Y'all need some good sighting for this training. We're about to get into the training. I'm gonna break down the term adverse action to you guys. So make sure you got your notebooks out and you got the term 15 USC 1681A up. All right. Everywhere we go, we got to keep the books on us. You must keep the books on you. One to fill the mind and one to empty the mind. Notebook to write on, something to read. What are y'all filling your minds with? We got the non-citizen national, the passport card, and we got the digital currency. We got a little gift. We got some gifts. Let me show you guys my gifts. I got Ma Dukes, a little mug, some Indigenous Canadian artwork on this mug, and then something I'm about to start doing. Cause I travel way too many places. Like when I was in Amsterdam, I didn't do this, but I'm gonna go back there and get this shit. But just getting like little keychains for like everywhere I've been. Something cool just to mesmerize. But always got to keep that copper water bottle on us as well too. I'm gonna pour this plastic shit into my copper bottle, but I'm gonna head over there and we're gonna drop right into all this information. Yeah, this goes for CPN, this goes for EIN, anything on the personal credit side and what you guys have been denied for. I'm gonna show you guys how to get that approved. Obviously, the CPN's got to be registered. It's got to be in the registry of these reporting agencies and be able to pull up. But if it's properly set up, this will definitely work for that as well too. And you guys going to get credit cards and everything with, those types of accounts. So let me move over here and we'll hop right into it. If you ain't trying to get no paper, then stay the fuck around me. Bought a brand new. She won't Prada, she won't Lucy. And I've been had my stripes. I've been hustling all my life. Okay. I've been getting paid every way, trying to get it right. Tired for real, grinding for real. You say you want to know something funny? Who wants to know something funny? Let me get these guys out of my life. Get the books in here. Look educated real quick. All right, y'all want to know something funny? What does this look like to y'all? I just got it hanging out of my bag. Who knows what this is? If y'all know what this is, anybody who knows what this is, I'll send you guys a copy of my free business credit ebook. Well, not free. It's $250, but I'll send you the ebook for free if y'all can answer what this is. It's an herb. Who knows what this is? We got over 13 people on this live, and not one of you guys know what this is. All right, y'all lame. I want to see it out of the bag. Y'all know what this is? Y'all need to take care of y'all health. All right, nobody wants a business credit ebook. Y'all probably don't even got businesses anyways. No, I'm messing with you. Bro said Parmesan cheese. See, that's one thing about me. High class, message me, high class. Come on. Tapped in. High class tapped in now. Y'all gotta go tap in with, it looks like kelp. No. Go tap in with high class, man. High class know what he on. He on some. Nas Mullen. Mullen's good to get all that mucus out of the systems as a whole. It's gonna clear all that shit up. Well, it's gonna move around all that shit to help clear it up fully. Get some black seed oil, get some sea moss, spit that shit out. But yeah, get all that mucus out. But yeah, the Mullen's it. But what was funny is and when I'm leaving Canada, he's like, "Excuse me, sir, I got a question to ask you." No, what's up, bro? Is this weed? Doesn't look like weed, bro. I'm like, you must not smoke. I told him, like, bro, you must not smoke. I smoke for real. This don't look nothing like no weed, bro. All right, let's get into this training. Let's get into this live. I juice watermelon and eat hemp seeds and alfalfa seed. Alfalfa is really, really good for you. Hemp seeds are really, really good for you. What's real good as well, too, is some hemp milk. Let me put you on game real quick. Just blend up some hemp seed with some water, some spring water with some agave. It's going to do it. And then strain it. That shit good. All right, let's get into it. Oh, but what I was going to say, bro, Christian, no, I've been plant-based, bro, for the past 3 years. You'll never see me with no dairy, cheese, anything as such. But let's get into it. So the term adverse action, like I mentioned, I got a lot of notes on here for you guys that I wrote down, jotted down. Wanted to keep it, more. So where are we at in the live? 19. So if you guys can comment, skip to 19 to get, insight on the training. That'd be great on the comments so that people coming and watching the replay can check out, the actual training. So let's get it right into it. So when you guys do go apply for credit, you guys will get an adverse action letter. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys have ever received an adverse action letter. All right, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys have ever received an adverse action letter. And most people would think that the FCRA would mention credit, when they're mentioning the term adverse action, but nowhere do they mention anything about credit on the term adverse action. So I'm going to show you guys and take you guys to the definition section of adverse action. And that's in pursuant to Title 15, 1681A, and this is letter K that we're going to go down to. So if you guys just click on it, and what you guys can, it'll pop up. If you guys click on the term adverse action, it'll pop up the actual definition of adverse action. So I'm going to read this through to you guys, and then I'm going to go back over it. And anywhere in here, you guys can stop me, or I'll stop myself if it talks about, credit just as a whole. So the term adverse action has the same meaning as in section 1691D, number 6 of this title. So 1691, remember, is equal credit opportunity. So number 1, so I is a denial or cancellation of an increase in any charge for or a reduction or other adverse or unfavorable change in the terms of coverage or amount of any insurance existing or applied for in connection with the underwriting of insurance. All right, so far we're just talking about insurance. The number 2, I talks about a denial of employment or any other decisions for employment purposes that adversely affect any current or prospective employee. So now we're talking about employment. So far we got insurance and employment, in which they're talking about under the term adverse action. Number 3 talks about made in connection with an application that was made by or a transaction that was initiated by a consumer or in connection with the review of an account under section 1681B A3 FII of this title. And number 2, adverse to the interest of the consumer. I'm going to show you guys and break down what adverse truly means itself. So can anybody sum up what they just told me for just right there within that definition alone? Can any of you guys define and let me know what they just told you guys within that specific subchapter? No plastic, all 2024. Recycle the plastic and drink your water out of copper, all 2024. And if y'all not in 2024 mode yet, I don't know what y'all waiting for. I don't know what is going to get you into that mode, but it's time to get into that 2024 mode. It's time to start your 2024 resolutions now. We're less than 100 days away from 2024. And a lot of you guys are still in the same place that you were at the beginning of 2023. One thing my mentor always told me is that in order for things to change, you must make the change, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And the highest form of insanity is expecting change without making change. So if you guys want to see the change, be the change. It's almost 2024. We're less than 100 days away from a whole new year. I'm a certified herbalist, and that definitely didn't look like mullein leaf to me. LOL. I love it. As asset, I would love to connect with you. I actually have a mushroom company I'm about to be dropping really soon, so I would love to connect with you. Please feel free to schedule. And I don't doubt, and it didn't really look like mullein, especially because it's all chopped up and whatnot. But it's actually natural mullein leaf from my girl's grandma's crib out in northern Canada, like even more north, like the middle of nowhere. She had a whole farm that was beautiful. It was beautiful. And on the farm, she just had mad, mullein leaf growing, and she didn't want it. And if you know anything about mullein, mullein kind of grows like a weed. So if you grow in one area, it'll just scatter all throughout the yard or whatnot. So she had hella mullein that she didn't want. But I mean, the thing with mullein is it only sprouts every 2 years. So every other year, it'll sprout. So if you want to have it every year, make sure you guys are planting, half 1 year and the other half the next year, because they only will produce every other year. But yeah, that was some mullein leaf from my girl's grandma's. When I talked to the CFPB, they told me they don't have power. Did you call them? Did you send a letter through them? And if they don't have power over that company, make sure you can go to CFPB and see, or you can go directly with that bank and see which regulator regulates them. So not all banks are regulated by the CFPB, but you can go somewhere like the OCC, to file complaints against that bank as well too. So the OCC is also another place that you guys can go to file consumer complaints as well too. Did you make the $5 CFPB complaint guide yet? So that one, yeah, that's all within the Billionaires Club. It's still uploading. I still got a lot of videos uploading. You guys will see if you guys are in the membership level. One was uploaded yesterday. It does take damn near a whole day to upload 1 to 2 videos. So been traveling past 2 days. As I do get back, all the videos and all the uploads will be uploaded. And as I'm here in the airport for another sheesh 6-7 hours before I take off to Vegas for another layover. And I want to go to Vegas for a layover because I'm about to meet up with some business partners out there. Right here, specifically, this one made sense, this layover, because I'm able to sit down and I got a lot of videos I got to knock out. So I'm going to knock out many of these different recordings so that I can upload these recordings to the Billionaires Club and to the mob. But just to Billionaires Club as a whole, YBC University, as it's growing every day. I've seen a couple people, about 6 people have gotten started within the past 3-4 days in YBC University. That's all on the website. Also, the link that I dropped in the bio. $97 up front, $97 a month. And I've had the university for the past year and a half. So you guys will see that some of the videos aren't loading, and that's because we're uploading a mass amount of videos. I'm also launching my CreditGotti.com website finally that I've been telling you guys about. So that'll be here within the next couple of days as well too. So a lot of things coming to you guys. Like I said, we've been in 2024 mode. So that's why, hence, I'm dropping all of this information, all of these things, new websites coming, new funnels coming, everything. Like everything you guys see on the outside of this is going to be completely different, transformed, revamped. So definitely stay tuned for all of that going forward into the new year. But the mob, make sure as well too today. I'm going to give anybody that's in the mob, access to our personal mentorship call that we're going to be hosting today as well too. So I'd highly advise, if you guys are not in the mob yet, you get into the mob. If not on this live stream, right after this live stream, this is our highest membership level. And on the mob, I'm going to be going live, with my membership, with my mentorship, my personal mentorship that I've had now for the past year and a half, and where we have over 40 mentees that have invested into themselves to learn this information. They've applied this information. Many of them have a car rental business, are in real estate, e-commerce, etc. And they've done all of that from leveraging credit. So I'm excited to get the mob introduced to the YBC mentorship family. So let's hop right back into the recording. Just a quick insight on the things that I have, and cooking for all of you guys as a whole. So nobody was. Let me see if anybody answered what they talked about within the definition. So nobody did. So let's stay on topic and let me finish this, and then we'll get right into the questions. Please continue dropping more questions in the chat box. I love the questions. I love being here with you guys as a whole, and I'm honestly grateful. Let me plug this laptop in. That we are here at the airport for some time, because even after this training that I'm about to finish real quick, breaking down the term adverse action, I want to come here, do Q&A with you guys, and then just get some work done, just as a whole, and have you guys on the stream, just streamed in, able to ask any questions. So let's finish it. So notice how they talk about how you can be denied insurance, you can be denied employment, but nowhere in there, not one time do they ever mention the word credit. How is it within the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is everything in terms of credit, dealing with credit, any credit reporting, they don't talk anything about credit? Wouldn't it make sense to mention credit under the term adverse action letter? Y'all let me know. Drop a 3 in the chat if it would make sense to break down or mention anything about credit in the term adverse action letter. I see my guy D Money, 100%. So then if they don't mention the term credit, how are these companies denying us credit? How are they denying us credit if they don't mention anything about credit in the term adverse action letter? All they talk about is a denial of, insurance and employment. Nowhere do they talk about credit though. It's because there is no denial of credit. As my guy D Monty says, D Monty Magic, it states it's God given. Yes, we are the original creditor. And a finance charge did arise. Anytime there's a finance charge, they've been credited. Right? So if you guys have an adverse action letter, and I'm not giving any legal advice, this is all, for educational purposes only. You guys can use an exhibit to go after any remedy after you guys have been denied. So after you guys have allegedly been denied credit, you guys can use an exhibit to go after any remedy. Any remedy. What are the damages that have been done? You guys define that. On top of that is $1,000 per violation. You guys are gaining any type of value. Before I cover the rest of everything, we got double the amount of views that we have likes. So I simply ask, if you guys are gaining value, please just come in here and like the video. If you guys are loving it, please come in here, like the video, and share with 5 people as well too that can gain, insight on this information, and be able to benefit. I see the likes going up. If you guys are really, really loving it, you already liked the video, you shared it with 5 people. That's still not enough support, bro. For what you're giving, I feel I got to give you a lot more for what you're giving. Feel free to drop, what are these called? A super sticker or a super chat. So it'll send a highlighted message or an animated image. But within any of the membership levels, I promise you guys will get a lot more insight, than you guys are getting here on the public channel. So the term adverse, let's break down what it truly means. It means, adverse really means opposed to. So if you guys break down in Black's Law Dictionary, the term adverse, it's opposed to. It's an opposery or an ill will. All right, so anytime I hear opposery or, opposed, I always think of, the ops or an opposite, right? They're acting under ill will, right? They're acting adverse from administering and extending my own credit. So they're acting ill will from allowing me to administer and extend my own credit. You guys can break that down within the letter template as well too. Anytime you guys see the term adverse, someone is being deceitful and someone's being fraudulent. Right? They're deceiving you. They're acting in an ill will intent. So understand, family, that nowhere in the term adverse action do they mention anything about the denial of credit. So how and why, after you guys have been denied credit, they're sending you an adverse action letter telling you why you've been denied credit. Right? And that's just the whole nonsense of this whole system and things in which they have going on as a whole. Peace, King. How you doing? Peace, brother. Just freeing the people, giving the people some game. Yes, sir. That's good, brother. Is God given? If there's no money and you're applying for a credit loan, how can they deny you? Okay, if there is no money and you apply for a car loan, how can they be denied? You got to ask that question again. Corruption of the people's sovereignty. Great to see you getting on this live. What's good, brother? I for sure remember that name. I remember you was on that live that we did when I was back in Arizona. I think it was over a denial of credit. Today we broke down the term adverse action. So this was a great live and recording and training for everybody to go through. I highly advise you guys start at 19. In the whole thing as a whole. Maverick Mace. That is love, bro. Appreciate it. This is my guy, Maverick from Canada, from Saskatchewan, who I met in Dallas in 2019. If so, that's crazy. Watch me like, yeah, but that's me. It ain't even him. All right, let's read the comments. I'm loving it. I appreciate, you applying yourself and everything. Not applying yourself. I appreciate all the comments, I guess, and all of the questions. Crystal, I appreciate you being tuned in. She said, I'm black, but I'm white. No, you're neither. Those are both classifications. Learn your proper lineage. Learn, your last name's Cressel, where your family truly comes from. Did you get the guide? Did you do the? I don't know what $5 guides you guys are talking about. $5 CFPB. CFPB complaints are free. I don't know what y'all talking about. $5. Can we take the steps if credit was denied using a CPN? I covered that. As long as it's registered, as long as it's set up properly, you guys can use that. My guy Lost Roads. Those were some great, guesses. It did look like some sage and some parsley, but no, it was some Mullen. I got high class. Schedule that one-on-one, but make sure you put your name as high class or mention that within the comment. Asset, please schedule that call as well. So I would love to connect with you. Being the fact that you're a certified herbalist, I would love to build with you. Within the community that I'm looking to build a self-sustainable community. Yes, I'm looking to have one in America, but outside of America as well too. I'm about to be traveling to the places in which I'm thinking about doing such. And I'll be hosting a retreat out in Costa Rica, which is one of the places I have in mind for an out of the country place to go and heal, healing centers. But above all else, we're gonna need herbalists. We're gonna need just healers as a whole. Yeah, I got any Reiki healers. I got my yoga instructors. I got my healers on this call. My herbal, ancient, ancestral, medicinal, shamans and healers just as a whole. Anybody that has access to any plant medicine as well too. That would be great. To get connected with. But I will be hosting a retreat in Costa Rica. I'll be out there in the next couple months, but the retreat will be next year, probably during the dry season. So maybe around summertime, June, July, but we'll see. I know for a fact I'm going to be hosting a retreat in January in Arizona, in the Sedona area. So I was going to host that one in September. Things didn't align. The host canceled and bailed on us last minute. And then, I just didn't get enough confirmations. And forget the host. I didn't promote it good enough. Above all else, I didn't promote it good enough. Fuck anything else. I didn't promote it good enough. Because what was going to be there, I had the healers coming. I had a breathwork coach coming in from Canada. I had a yoga teacher coming in from Boston. One in Arizona. Had an herbalist there. A whole lot. But I know everything divinely does happen for a reason. So, it's just going to, cause or not cause. It's just going to lead to an even bigger and more, empowering, retreat when we do host it. Did you make? I don't know what you're referring to, Crystal, with this $5 CFPB complaint. If you want to know how to file a CFPB complaint, though, I'm going to do that live on the Millionaires Club. I'm going to break down the CFPB, the Better Business Bureau, and the FTC report for the millionaires. If that's what you're referring to, the $5 one, because I believe that membership is $5, yes, I'm going to be showing you that. That's what I'm doing today at the airport after I get off this live. I'm going to hop on the Zoom, and on Zoom, I'm about to be going over these trainings. If you guys are not already in the public Discord, this one I'm going to do for y'all as well, too. So I'm going to drop in the chat right now the public Discord. Make sure you guys tune into that Discord. I'm going to drop a Zoom link in there as well, too, so you guys can tune in and get early access to these trainings and to these recordings for free just by you joining the public Discord. So I'm going to be going live here in like 30 minutes to an hour. I'm going to probably chill, just map out everything even more in detail. And then I'm going to drop that link in there. Once I drop that link in the next 30 minutes to an hour, I'm going to go live. And I'm here at the airport till 10:30 my time, 11 I think it takes off. So we got another 6-7 hours. So I'm going to drop those recordings and trainings. You guys can plug into a Zoom call with me, get a little bit more of an insight on what my mentorship calls will look like. That's why I like, my mentorship the most, is because I'm able to hop on Zoom with you guys, share my screen with you guys, allow you guys to control my screen if needed, or me have you guys share your screen and me control your screen to help you guys draft up any template in which may be needed or anything in which you guys are going out and exercising. So that's really why I love the mentorship. It's hands-on, and that's why it is valued at $5,000 right now. It is discounted until we do partner with the lenders. So I'll probably keep it at $2,500 just for the remainder of the year. But going into January, we're going to up it to $5,000 because I know by then we'll have partnered with these lenders. I have a call with a couple of different lenders tomorrow to be able to offer financing for my franchise and for my mentorship. Which the franchise, that one's for $10,000, which is definitely undervalued, especially with the CRM that we have. Crazy. For $100 a month, I'll be able to help you guys, build out websites, have text message, automation, email marketing. I ain't even gonna give you guys a whole game. I'll do a whole live on that and everything as I do drop that. But if y'all are business owners and really looking to build and expand your business and systematize your business, this CRM I'm about to drop is about to be next level. So I'm excited to drop that. So let's see what they're talking about in the comments. Also, I've been following you for months, and I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate everything that you do as well too by tuning in. Continuously tuning in. My main thing, if you haven't tuned in for months, is let's get you the results now. I don't want you plugging in and just coming in on these lives, on these channels. That goes for everybody on these calls and just listen to what I got to listen to. That's why I want y'all to ask questions. That's why I want you guys to, give me an insight on what you guys need help with so I can provide that information to you guys. Because I don't want y'all coming here and it's not a proper business if we're having repeated clients coming back. Yes, I want you guys to come back for other information, but not for the same things because I want to be building with you guys. Next year, I simply just want to be talking about commercial real estate. Next year, I simply just want to be talking about leveraging and getting funding and, which banks are best to get funding from, which banks will give us, the most amount of loans, which banks can we go out and get credit card funding through to where once we get this credit card funding, I can show you guys how to liquidate these credit cards. And as you guys have liquidated them, now I can show you guys how to invest this money back into real estate, back into a cash flowing, business that's going to allow you to pay back off the credit. And even now, once we've built out business credit, being able to leverage the business credit to pay off the personal lines of credit. So our utilization on the personal side isn't maxed out. It's still below that 10% threshold, but we're using the business credit, which the utilization on the business credit doesn't matter. And now we're using the business credit to pay off the personal lines of credit. So now on the personal side, we can get higher limits, on that personal credit because we've been paying it off with the business lines of credit. And we've just been reinvesting the personal lines of credit into investments such as real estate, such as, car rental companies, such as e-commerce, etc. So that's really the name of the game and really what I want to be focusing on in the new year of 2024. Let me get some water real quick. You guys are tuning in. Make sure you guys, all I ask is that you guys simply drop a like on the video. Simply, if you guys are loving it, share it with 5 people as well too. But let's definitely get the algorithm up on the channel just as a whole. I promised you at the beginning of the month, nobody would be coming here all of September giving you guys, as much game as I've been giving you guys this whole month. Yesterday, I wasn't able to go live. We was traveling, packing, last day in Canada. So I really wanted to be present, be present. But we here. And if y'all think y'all seen anything, y'all ain't seen nothing. Like I said, we not just in offices all day. We're not just in front of the computer all day. We're actually out in the city and making moves. I always say I'm always on the road. I'm always on the road. I'm always on the road, just like an Uber man. And I truly am. I'm always on the road. So you guys are gonna see that always on the run. Because you guys don't make any money, being at your house. You guys make money being out networking, connecting with people, getting your name out there, getting, your presence, your energy, your face, everything out there, connecting with people, having them feel, your energy, your presence once again. So, one thing I want y'all to ask yourself every day is who's got my money? And nobody in the crib's got your money. Nobody in the crib's got your money. A lot of y'all are looking to build businesses and, wondering why and expecting your family to support your business. If I wanted my family to support my business, I would have just asked them for money, right? Don't expect nobody to support anything you have going. You got to expect. All right, listen to this. You got to not expect. You got to accept to be misunderstood for a period of time to be understood for the rest of your life. Y'all think that throughout this whole journey, throughout this whole process, my family didn't think that I was crazy talking about the things in which I'm talking about. Y'all didn't think that my family was like, yo, my stepdad, my, etc. And my dad at the time, and where now he's calling me every day, and he just filed. Let me show y'all this. My pops just filed a federal complaint against this attorney's office because they've been, trying to collect some fees in which he don't owe them. He's like, I'm not paying them shit. Like, he actually doesn't owe them like a dime. Like, they had nothing to do with it in the first place, but they put all these fees and shit on top of it, and they're trying to collect these fees from him. And he's like, I never had a problem paying the original company, but I'm not paying these extra fees. And so we've been going through filing some motions to dismiss because they did file a state, complaint against him. And I'm like, Dad, this is going to keep going around and in this circle, of going back and forth through the state level. So fuck the state level. I'd recommend you take them through the federal level, and now you apply that pressure to them. So everything in the lawsuit they're trying to file on you, we got enough evidence built up. They've came to your place of abode, etc. They've came during inconvenient hours. My pops is a truck driver, so I'm like, Pops, and he's told me like, I hardly see my dad, but he's told me, he's like, yo, I've literally lost, countless hours and nights of sleep over this shit, like, because it's just it's stressful, it's annoying. Like, I don't owe them shit, like, and they're still calling my phone, coming to my house, etc., trying to collect on this. So I'm like, bro, those are damages. That's damages that have been done. So like, not only can we discharge that, but we're gonna come for some money as well too on top of that. So I sent him a whole, template of what to put within, the filing on the federal level. He filed it. Let me show y'all. Like, look, I just filed it. Not a motion, Dad. A federal consumer complaint. He's like, what kind of motion am I filing? He said, okay, LOL. Sam, some shit in layman terms. I broke it down in like law terms, but in layman terms, for anybody, like, I've suffered mental distress due to the actions of the company, which has caused me to lose sleep as a truck. Yeah, hold on. As a truck driver who works late night hours, this could pose a serious risk to my safety and well-being. In accordance to 15 U.S.C. 692K, I'm seeking civil liability under the FDCPA for the amount. This request is based on the stress they've caused me and their violation of my privacy rights. I also request the removal of this account from their database to protect my privacy. I ask that the alleged balance be adjusted to zero. These actions would help remedy the situation and provide a fair resolution to the issue at hand. So that's in layman terms what I'd sent to him. I sent him the layman terms, broken it down, and I sent him the actual, lawful, terminology and whatnot. Let me know he filed it, just like that. Let me text him back. Check this too. This is the power of mentorship. So my guy right here just plugged in to the mentorship. Asked me a couple questions. Baba. Also, as far as letters, how do I go about writing them? Some questions on the letters and go off. One more question. Sorry for the question. How do we approach And that's the thing. Like he's a part of the mentorship. You don't got to be apologizing for reaching out to me at all. How do we? And that's what I just told him to. How do we approach late credit card payment? And I want to refer my brother. I love it. So let me know once you're on here, Francie. I told him, I was like, hop on the YouTube live, brother. We live right now. I'm just seeing this. I meant to hit him back, and he's more than good to hit me up. I told him, you locked in, bro. So let's see where everybody's at. Let's see who's all on the live. How much is your membership? I'm 24. The memberships are all on the YouTube. My personal mentorship, CreditGotti's personal mentorship, that one is $2,500. And I do take 2 payments for that as well too. So if you don't have all $2,500 up front, you can pay half now and half on the back end. How much? Also, I have following. I haven't. Oh, what's your info? My info. Just click the description, and you can schedule a call through the description. I believe I dropped the link in there. Let me drop the link as well too for the Discord before I forget that. So for those of y'all that are still tuned in, like I said, I'm going to be going live here while I'm at the airport, knocking out the videos for the different membership levels, as well as adding a lot more videos to the YBC University. So if you guys want some step-by-steps, I'm going to be going live here, and I'm going to drop just the Zoom link in the Discord, so you guys can definitely get tuned in with that. And for everybody that's within the mob, all my people that are mobbing, I'm going to be going live tonight with my mentorship, and everybody that is a part of the mob, which is our highest level on the YouTube channel. I'll give you guys, like I promised, one access to one of our mentorship calls a week. Tonight's going to be the night where we're going to collab with our personal mentorship, and you guys will get insight on that community. So if you guys are looking, to get insight with the mentorship, our Zoom call, things in which we're given on a weekly basis, 2 times a week on Zoom, and just to see how we operate, I would highly recommend you get plugged in with the mob, just to see how we operate with CreditGotti's personal mentorship. If there's no money and you apply for a car loan, how can they deny you? Okay, that's a question I didn't understand. Their corporation is fictional, not of God. Exactly, it's a corp. If you understand what corps are dead entities. I go look up the definition of a corp in Black's Law Dictionary. If y'all don't have a Black's Law Dictionary, I'll drop a 4th edition PDF in the Discord as well too, for those that don't have that yet. What law can I use stating that the company didn't give full disclosure when you signed the contract? For example, the company didn't disclose that the factual contract was a financial instrument. 1604 is the disclosure guidelines. So go look up Title 15 USC 1604. That will talk about the disclosure pulled up the questions. Okay. They aren't supposed to deny us because we extended in good faith. Exactly. And it is a necessity. Correct. 100% asset. I had heard, if you authenticate your birth certificate, it'll, on a federal level, from one of my guys who gave me a call, he's told me he's got his birth certificate authenticated. I personally have it on the federal level, that it comes back stayed in good faith, so that would be clean to have, and even help with the process of sending out letters. That's what I told him on that call as well too. I forget whom he was. I forget where he was tuning in from, but one of these good brothers on that I had scheduled a call. The paperwork part is confusing. The info I understand. Do you teach the boring part? I teach every part you need to know to get the remedy and deletion. I create an adverse letter from all. I'm not going to do the reading for you though, if that's what you're asking. And you're going to have to read it. I'll show you how to break it down to where you actually understand the boring part. I created an adverse action letter off your video on it already. It came out fire. I love that. Now if we could add as well too what we covered today. Come on. If they run your social, they are your fiduciary, correct? 100%. And as a fiduciary, right, they must do what's in the best interest of a beneficiary. I want everybody to go look up the term beneficiary as well too in Black's Law Dictionary, and how they talk about, the sets K, trust, which is set up, and how we are the beneficiary of it. And as a beneficiary, we should only be benefiting from this trust. So yeah, I definitely do. Yes, they are a fiduciary. Deny you for not having any proof of income like a check stub. Doesn't mention anything about, proof of income. Doesn't mention anything about credit. Doesn't mention anything other than insurance and employment. So it doesn't matter about proof of income. It doesn't matter about your credit worthiness, and if you have inquiries or anything on your credit. How can one be denied their God-given right? If there's a finance charge, we are administering the credit. We're the ones who is extending the credit in the first place. So how can I be denied something that I'm giving you? My guy Maverick is from Phoenix. Tapping with me, brother. That's my city. We're actually about to be hosting, some in-person events as well too. So that would be huge for you to, be a part of everything we're about to be doing in person as well too. How do I join the Billionaires Club? I'm honestly not sure how to join the membership levels. I know if you want to join YBC University, you can click the link in the description. Same place where you can schedule a call, and it's $97 to get set up with YBC University. The membership levels, I'm sure you can just go to my YouTube channel and find the 3 different levels. I'm sure somewhere on the live as well too. You may have to go directly to my page. You guys can get a part of it, because a couple people have, while I've been live, joined the membership levels. So when it pops up, it notifies who joined it, all of that. So we can welcome you guys on this live channel, and I can get you guys insight to our private chat that we have within that Discord channel. So for Billionaires Club and for the mob, I have a private channel in there for everybody to go ahead and connect, through Discord as well too. So, on a private channel though. So it's going to be through that same link, but there's private channels within that one. That's for my personal mentorship as well too. And we got mad different private channels within there. You said you was gonna make a guide on how to make a CFP. Okay. No, I'm not selling it for $5. It'll be in the Millionaires Club. It'll be in all of the membership levels, but minimum is gonna just be in the Millionaires Club one, which is like, $5 for that, process. And I'm gonna be doing that recording today. So I hope that answers that question, Crystal. Do you know how to become an online phone retailer? No, I don't. My guy D Monty, I make decontitions. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like deodorant and stuff, like sprays or things that smell good, tinctures and ferments. So I'm thinking, I don't even know how to say that word, but tinctures and ferments. That's super clean. Ferments like some kombucha. You can make some kombucha. If so, that's hard. That's super hard. If so, I would love to connect with you. See if we can mix some mushrooms within kombucha. I don't know if that's possible. I know they're both like fungus or bacteria. I know bacteria is a ferment, like what creates and fermentizes the kombucha, I believe. That's what's up, D Monty. I love it. I love to see my healers. I love to connect with my healers. Where do I go? It should be in the description in high class to schedule that 15-minute high-level conversation. If not, go to Billionaires Club with the V, as always, as in Victor.com/all. I love Sedona. I'll be there. My guy Maverick, 100%. You got to be there, especially if you're in Arizona. Connect with me, bro. I'm about to be out here, from here on out. Peace and love, Gotti. I see Tiana plugged in. How do we become a member? I honestly don't know. I just launched out Monday. I believe you go to my channel and just launch it from there. I'm not sure, but For more insight, on everything that I do have going, I would highly recommend you get plugged in with the university or my personal mentorship if you want more exclusive insight and one-on-one hands-on, with me. But above all else, within the YouTube, any of the membership levels will get you guys right. It's whatever best fits you. So on retail, installment, contract finance charge should cover the total price of the vehicle price and insurance uh, of your vehicle and insurance for your choice, and that's how you get a free car. That's what it defines within Title 15 USC 1605. So that's not what I'm telling you guys. That's what they define a finance charge is. In the finance charge, it does talk about it covers the total price. It does talk about it covers premium insurance. And so the finance charge does cover everything throughout the transaction, right? And that's coming from your guys' credit card. I need a new truck, LOL, no auto, now almost a year. So you can go, apply for an auto loan. If you get denied for an auto loan, they're going to send you an adverse action letter. Use what we talked about in this video. Go tap back into, minute 19, restart this video, minute 19, and, write down everything I said verbatim. Put in your own words, know what the true definition of adverse action means, use the scope of prohibition, use the equal credit opportunity and how they've discriminated you. Break down what should be excluded from a consumer report within the FCRA as well too, and you guys will be able to get that deleted. There's an autograph that's an autograph I came super late, but yeah, that's not a signature. 100%, you are correct on that. I appreciate you for correcting me. It is an autograph, it is not a signature. When I had showed you guys me autographing first name hyphen, middle name full colon, last name period, UCC 1-308. It is an autograph. Corporations sign things, living natural people, we autograph things. So I appreciate, the correction upon my verbiage. Just write a check, you sign your name on a micro print line as an authorized agent anyway, meaning you're not responsible. I don't personally know how to go that route, but if you do corruption of people's sovereignty and if you've got success with it, I would definitely be open to going live with you and seeing some receipts and you teaching the people on this channel as well too. And that's the thing as well too. Like I said on the past live the other day, I'm all for collaboration and collaborating with you guys and pushing everything you guys have out there as well too. If you guys have value to add and bring to the community, it does have mine authenticated. So it does state, backed full in faith by credit. Are you working on my credit? Who's DeMonte? If you are, what should I start working on? Who's DeMonte? And why would I be working on your credit? Have you guys started with the personal credit blueprint? Okay, Francie. Okay, for sure. My guy, Francie. Are you working on my credit? If so, if you are, what should I start working on? Yeah, so you'll see if you haven't already, letters will be sent out this week for you. So you'll see letters will be sent out to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So those are the first rounds of letters we're going to send. Throughout this week as well too, you'll see an adverse action letter. So I believe you got plugged in Monday. We always send out all of the letters in the FTC report, within the first week. So you'll see, the letters going out. On top of that, we had to wait for, the information you sent through the portal. So if you went through with the agreement and you sent in, the documents that was, suggested within the checklist, you're also able to log into your own secure client access portal. So you can go check that login. That'll be helpful, beneficial. But definitely, you're in the mentorship. So plugging into the mentorship calls, getting the 7-day checklist done. I still got to send you over the 7-day checklist, attacking all 7 days. And that's going to be the first, things which I recommend is attacking that 7-day checklist. And that's going to be, more goal setting, me getting giving me more of an insight on you, where your head's at, where you're looking to get done, and where you're looking to get out of the mentorship. And just, outside that, we have sevens goals. So day 2 is like your sevens goals. You're coming in, dropping goals, 7 goals for your personal health, for your mental health, for financial goals, 7 goals financially, 7 goals spiritually, 7 goals physically, right? So we're coming in dropping our 7 goals for things, spiritually, physically, mentally, right? All areas of life, truly, in which we're going to be dropping these 7 goals, and that's day 2 of the checklist. So if you haven't done day 1 or day 2, I do highly recommend day 1 is coming in, dropping your 5-year plan. So I'll send you over that right now, actually, while we're here. Let me send you. My guy Francie plugged in with the mentorship. What was it? On Monday, huh? Monday or Tuesday? What's up, bro? My wife's birthday is Friday, and I'm trying to get her a new truck for her birthday. Do you have any tips to help me? Tony, whose credit are you going to be running? No plastic, all 2024. Copper only, copper. My fault, guess I did it all wrong. Paula Rocha, enjoy that thing in a minute. I don't even know why I bought it. Really hate the attention. I said that it was the look on my mama's face when I did it, but really it was my pride ready to say it ain't ready. I can't get lost in the sauce. Can't get caught up in money competition. I ain't worried about no money competition. What's the point of having Instagram status when you got millions for real? That's why even with everything, like that's why I say like with the YouTube, even like I'm very grateful above all else, for you guys coming in. And that's why the least that I do ask is that you just share this with people. I believe everybody should have access to this information. I believe millions of people are being, violated on a daily basis from the information that we're dropping on a daily basis. So I personally, in all honesty and transparency, would be more than good not ever being known. But I know that my mission is a lot bigger than me. And I put aside any pride, ego, and me being out here. And I understand what type of information as well too, in which we are dropping, and the information which they don't want us to know, and what comes with dropping this information as well too. So I know I always got to be 10 toes, and but at the end of the day, what I'm getting at is I'm giving this information, knowing what it's coming with, knowing where we're going and knowing where we're headed, because I know what it's doing for the people. I don't care if y'all join any of the memberships. I don't care if y'all join any of my, packages, within my company. What I do care about is you guys come in to the channel and you guys are a student. Is that you guys are giving feedback? Is that you guys are cooperating and, within everything which we are going through. And if you guys have questions, you guys are dropping those questions. If you guys know people that could benefit from these calls, sharing this with them as well too. So, things in which I am asking of are very, very simple, and things in which don't cost a thing. Things in which cost absolutely nothing, and that's just support. As I believe I'm supporting a lot of you guys, with this information and insight on this information. I just simply ask that you guys give back by just sharing this with people, liking the video, commenting on the video. That's all I ask, remember. That's all I ask. Because if you don't know, now you know. I don't give a damn if I had 1 million followers, 1 follower. We would still be here every day and providing the value that we're providing. My goal, family, is to empower 1 billion lives. 16 on this live is not going to do it. I'll tell you that right now. But I know 1111. Come on, as I just finished saying that. 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds after I just got done saying that. And that's just even more clarity and upon everything which we are doing. And it's just, of course, signs, guidance from the universe that we're exactly where we're supposed to be at all times. So I'm excited, family. I am excited. If you have a bank, look at the check of yours, get a magnifying glass, and look at the line you put your signature on. So you're talking about if you have a bank and you guys have a credit card with them, on the bottom of it, your guys' statement, you guys will have that check at the bottom, is aka a coupon. On the back of it, you guys are able to autograph it. So he's saying put a magnifying glass on the line and where you put your signature or aka autograph. So I haven't done that. I'll do that when I get home. And confirm with me that you're referring to referring with the coupon, attached to the statement at the bottom, the part where you can rip off. I know there's not a lot, but a couple different UCCs. You can use UCC 3s, in which you can use, breaking down how your signature itself is also paying for it. Hold on, I don't go into all that stuff though. And that's what I've told people that have scheduled calls, asked about CFR codes, UCC codes. I know about them, but that's not something I've gotten success with myself, so I don't teach it. I teach things in which I've had success with myself. So it's your credit. I would go through, with Navy Federal. If you don't have a Navy Federal account yet, I highly recommend you get one set up. I do help you get it set up for $100. Giving you guys different loopholes, and you guys will be able to help other people set up the Navy Federal account from there. So if you do want that done, it's $50 up front, $50 on the back end once you get approved for that Navy Federal account. But I recommend, without Navy Fed, just going through a credit union and getting that auto loan through them before going to the dealership, with the approval of that auto loan and giving them that check. But if that bank denies you, credit union, for the auto loan in which you're going to acquire, hit them with the adverse action letter. They're going to send you an adverse action letter, then hit them and break down adverse action to them, break down how they've discriminated against you, etc., within the equal credit opportunity. All right, let's see. If you have, how much is the mentorship? CreditGotti's personal mentorship right now, like I said, for the rest of the year is discounted 50% off, and it's only $2,500 right now for the rest of the year. Because if you check back in earlier on the call, I'm partnering with a couple different lenders, and so I'm waiting to offer financing for my franchise and for my personal credit blueprint, which I'll be launching those in January. The financing stuff, as far as the websites and everything, the new updates, those will be launched here real soon. Crystal, go Gotti. Go Crystal. Crystal, make sure you plug in with us on all social media platforms. This is for everybody, as I say, just Crystal, because I love the communication within the chat, and I love the interaction above all else. I love you just applying yourself, corruption of the people's sovereignty. I appreciate the interaction as well too. The information you're dropping in the chat box, a lot of value, a lot of good information you are dropping. Whose credit it shouldn't matter. Both go get a new truck for her birthday. No, it doesn't matter. I was just seeing whom's, they were like, who's going to do the process. And if you have an auto loan already on your report, it'll be easier for you to get a higher limit, on auto loan. Because with auto loans, they're looking to see your auto loan history. They don't care, so much about the rest of your report to, offer you anything more than 35,000. If you don't have any auto loan history, I'd look for, a vehicle under 35,000. That's going to be more simple to acquire that loan than you getting a loan more than 35,000 with no auto loan history. If you got auto loan history, you can get one upwards of 50 to 75,000. So that's what I would recommend. When I send the company the advertising letter, will they approve me? Send it and let's see, what they come back with. That's the thing with everything. Just because I send out one letter, just because I exercise my right, they're already violating us. They're not gonna budge just because of one letter, just because of one dispute. People get letters back. Oh, it's accurate. It's verified. That's more ammunition. But a lot of people stop right after that. No, you won't have to go through arbitration. You will not have to go through arbitration. You have enough alone from you being denied to file a federal, court case. And what anybody can do, to get a free federal court case filed is ask for the fee deferral waiver as well too. There's a fee deferral waiver which will defer any fee for filing that you guys can do. So have you sent off the letter yet, Crystal? Of course, my guy Christian, I appreciate you plugging in, brother. So don't apply to the dealership via their online portal. I try to do it that way using Car Gurus, but it wouldn't do an online app. Yeah, no, I would just go through directly with the bank. The line is a microprint. It says authorized signature. You sign on a line that identify. So my guy Corruption says the line is a microprint. It says authorized signature. You sign on a line that identified you as an authorized agent. That means you're not responsible for the payment. And if you put without recourse on the check, the bank cannot come after you ever. So without recourse, if you put your autograph, he's stating, my guy Corruption of the People Sovereignty is stating that, the banks can't come after you, from there. So what you want to do first is send back a letter to them and send it certified mail so you have that, documented. But send off a certified letter to this corporation that did deny you of your credit, and exercise everything we've talked about within the past videos of a denial of credit. So don't apply to the dealership. No, don't apply to them. Okay. So my guy Corruption of the People says not the coupon, a bank account. Oh, so an actual bank account check, a personal check from your checking account is where it's going to say this stuff. So the checkbooks. So get a whole checkbook, from my bank in which I'm banking with, and then on that check you're telling me it'll say what you stated in the microprint. Sauce. And then do you put an amount? No amount, 0.00, or what do you put? When you do sign it as well too. Or do you put the amount of the debt in which they're allegedly claiming you owe on a check, and you write that check out to them, and then put without recourse? Let me know, brother. I didn't send it to the company yet because I wanted to know the next move if there was one, like arbitration or something. I was researching how to fill out a federal cover sheet. So what I would recommend is getting it. I would do it in affidavit form. You could even do like an affidavit of fact with the amount of violations that we've found, and then just going and get this notarized. So the notary public will definitely hold a lot of weight with the denial of your guys' credit, and then break down the term adverse action and how nowhere in there do they mention credit as a whole. All right, we about to wrap it up though, family. I'm about to get into these trends. Shit tastes like cheese. I do not eat no damn cheese. Yes, check it out. You fill it out to buy whatever. You're not responsible for that payment because you're an authorized agent of that account. Your name at the bank is in all caps, correct? Think about it. As gain. You can send me some more videos or some more material on that. I would love to learn more insight on it myself before I go through, take action on it. And as I do take action on it, get the results, I would love to come up here and go live with you specifically and allow you to go over this information with them, if that's something you're open to. If not, I'll definitely give credit where it's due on the live and let it be known, that I'm grateful for the process if it does go through and I do see success. But I appreciate the insight, brother. I appreciate it. I'm thankful for all the information you've been putting out. I'll continue to support your channel. I've also noticed we have the same individual information sources. Keep up the great work. I love it. Thank you. Does the affidavit have to have all that natural person stuff at the top or a plain affidavit? It can be a plain affidavit. It doesn't have to have, I know what you're referring to. It can be pretty plain. Make sure to mention the facts, though. I would go and watch the video of me going over the affidavit, a fact, and that'll help you add the header. Just type in or use ChatGPT to help you type up, what I broke down within the affidavit of fact as a header, and then mention all the facts. It's a fact that in pursuant to 15 U.S.C., etc. 1681A, K, I, the term adverse action, nowhere in there defines the term credit or the denial of credit or credit as a whole. They simply only refer to or reference the denial of insurance or employment. So how, and then break down how you're administering them, how you're extending them the credit, and other UCC codes within truth and lending as a whole. How do we get started after knowing all this information? So the first step you want to do, you want to write down all the violations. What are all the violations within the FCRA, the FDCPA, truth and lending, equal credit opportunity? So four subchapters. I wrote down all the findings. I can draft up an affidavit of fact. Right, the affidavit of fact will be helpful. It'll be beneficial. Within the affidavit of fact, I'm simply going to be implementing a lot of the equal credit opportunity and things in which I've broken down on the denial of credit videos. Implementing that within the letter. I've given you other templates as well too. You insert what I broke down on today's video. That'll definitely help. But we're sending this directly to the company that denied us. So if blank Fargo, denied me, I'm gonna send my letter back to blank blank Fargo. I'm gonna, dispute with them. Also, I'll file a CFPB complaint on top of sending it out directly with them as I'm sending it to the creditor, because Equifax, Experian, TransUnion may not even be reporting this yet. You guys can also send in a copy of your report or anything you guys do, send out to the creditor. You guys can print out multiple copies, 3 copies for the reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. File a CFPB complaint, which is online, so you won't need another copy. So I'd recommend getting 5, copies of this affidavit. 1 is going to go to the creditor, 3 is going to go to the consumer reporting agencies. On top of that, send in like a disputing the inquiries. So you can do the FTC report for the inquiries as this identity theft and your identity has been stolen, and that'll help with the removal of inquiries. So you guys can go through the FTC report to get the inquiries removed. That's why I mentioned anything about even going through the reporting agencies. Simply to get the account reopened, all you need to do is go back and send a letter to the creditors. Right? You don't need to do or communicate with the consumer reporting agencies. Consumer reporting agencies and us sending the adverse action letter, the copy of it to them is just a letter on top of that for the inquiries, letting it be known that they unlawfully pulled your credit and they benefited off your credit without and go to the inquiry video while I talk about how these corporations benefited without it affecting or helping you in any way, shape, or form. So go through and break down that. Also, they didn't give proper adequate notice, etc. So there's a lot of different violations and findings for inquiries, but just for adverse action alone, and to get the account reopened. Notice how I stated reopen because it's always open. As we have an open-ended credit plan, it's open-ended. There is no end to this credit plan. Breaking that down to them. All you'll need to do is send a certified letter to them, and I do recommend getting it, notarized. The notary public will help. It does hold more power than a judge in court, so I do recommend going through and getting that notary, and then having a copy always just for yourself as well too, as this is evidence if ever needed, to go into the courtrooms. You'll have this evidence, and if you guys are looking to file that federal complaint, you guys got evidence on evidence and all these documents. So make sure you guys are keeping up, all of your paperwork, and that's why I do recommend sending everything certified mail, because the moment you send it certified mail and they've received it, they've been entered into a contract upon receival of this, of these documents, and so they're obligated to respond. And within it, if they don't comply, we can hold them criminally or civilly liable for them willfully and knowingly violating our rights within these subchapters. Which one of your videos are you talking about, the CFPB complaint? I got a live specific where I did do that on how to do them, but step by step where I'm going to be sharing my screen and everything, showing you guys directly, that will be on the Millionaires Club site here. And like I said, I'm going to be dropping those recordings all day today, to get that everything situated on, the back end for the Billionaires Club and for all of the membership levels on the YouTube channel. So I appreciate you all. I value you all. And I'll see you guys all at the top, because the bottom, as we know, is way too crowded. So keep grinding, keep growing, keep flowing. So notarize affidavit, and that's it. No cover letter or nothing, right? I'd send a cover letter, but write out in your personal handwriting the cover letter. Make it something simple. What are you looking to get done? Something similar to what I wrote to my pops in layman terms. What are you guys seeking? What is the remedy? What do you got? What are you guys seeking? Out of the complaint. Be specific with what it is you guys are seeking. So that's everything for today's call. Let's make sure you guys all get plugged into. I see a couple people got plugged into the Discord. Everybody else, make sure you guys do get plugged into there. And if you guys got questions, drop in the Discord, the public Discord. For everybody in the Billionaires Club and the mob, I'll see you guys later on tonight with our person, or not the Billionaires Club, but everybody in the mob. I'll see you guys later with the personal mentorship. But everybody in the Billionaires Club and the mob, I'll see you guys in the private chats on Discord. So that's everybody for Billionaires Club and the mob. Everybody within the mob, I'll see you guys on our personal credit, on our personal mentorship call tonight for the mentorship. So I look forward to it, and I'm very, very grateful for every single one of you guys that tuned in. Let's make sure we take action on this information, and you guys are not coming back for the same information next time and next go around. I appreciate you all. I value you all. CreditGotti. Peace out. Peace and love.